Hey guys, so today I'm just gonna do a bit more dribbling. Actually, I found myself improved quite a bit, but there's still a little bit of ways to go. So, just for reference sake, I'll just show one of the dribbles that I'm trying to copy. So, let's look at Messi doing it. There it is. And there's another angle of him doing it in slow motion. Okay, and here is me doing it earlier today. Just for reference, I'm actually right-footed, so actually, I've kind of flipped the screen just to make it look like I'm genuinely left, just for some comparison's sake. Okay, so let's have a closer look. So let's go and the moment shave for this clip. Okay, so let's look at the moment where Messi's just about to touch the ball with his left foot. It's about there. Now notice what moment I touch with my left foot. I think it's this one before I do my move, right? Yep. So yeah, so this point is where I touch it. You could argue it was a little bit before, but anyways, you see, let's look at Messi's right foot versus mine. Now, before I just wanted to point out, in my previous videos, I mentioned that I noticed Messi kind of like almost like twists his right leg, lunges in with his right leg, and then kind of rotates his left leg inwards, and then overall goes straight. I think that way that helps his decisions, whether he's feinting or turning. So before I actually notice this right leg, because as I mentioned before, as you practice more, you notice these little things that you wouldn't have otherwise picked up, and you can further improve and refine your technique. Actually, similar to like what a lot of martial arts people tell me, as they're practicing their kicks or their punches, and working up and trying to get that black belt. They notice still nuances and they try to refine their technique. So it's not too different from what I'm doing. So let's notice the moment before what I was trying to improve on. So let's see Messi when he sticks his leg out. It was really notice what I try to do is like grab that arm, his right arm especially, and his left arm, and swing it to the right. And also you need that shoulder drop, so not just to the right, and then finish somewhere near your hip. And if you were to see Messi, okay, as he's about to look at his hips, you see that significant hip turn right there. So that's what I was trying to go for, and then you can follow with the shoulder. So I found it really easier, as I stick my leg out, to really swing that arm right and down and really make sure my hips turn. So, um, I'm not just like, swinging my shoulders, but my hips stay in place. So let's see if, how I did it. So, okay, it's just as I'm about to touch it. Okay, you can see my hips are definitely moving, and then my shoulder does drop. You can see my shoulders kind of level, and then drops a bit, and then when I hit the ground, just definitely shoulder drop. Now, one thing I wanted to notice now, despite that, I did mention before, you see my leg. If the ball was here, that'd be pretty ideal, just how Messi does it. So, so here you see his left knee is left of the ball, mine is ball right of the ball. So that's one thing I wanted to mention. And if we were to reverse the clip a bit, as I touch it, and you notice like, I open my hip, Messi opens his hip, but it looks a lot different. It almost looks like, well, I'm hitting the side of the foot. I was actually trying to aim with my toe, but kind of my legs out, like kind of stuck out there. His hip is turned, but it's still more in line with his body. So that's what I'm going to try to imitate in my next little training session. Um, so again, I mentioned that right leg or that right foot. So that's the moment where he touches the ball, or just after. You see that right foot? It's perpendicular to the ground. It's lifted off, and it's combined. So a little after I push. Now mine's barely off the ground. I don't think I need to bring it, this high, but just a little bit more, and then my foot's not really angled perpendicular. It's like more like 45 degrees. So, and of course, you see my left leg. It's kind of like stuck out to the left as he's straight. So, my interpretation is kind of, say you do like a sight hop. The main objective is to jump as high as you can. But as you bring your toes down and your heel up, this kind of affords your body weight to go straight down and like really plant your foot as you make the next dribble, the next touch onto the ball. So as you swing your leg out, you're not like lunging with your left leg. It kind of stays in place, and you can allow your hips to move without this extra, without the extra leverage from your left foot. So again, just emphasize Messi's body. So this is where he touched the ball. You see is where his torso is. And when he makes the lunge and his foot's planted to the ground, it's pretty much in the same place. Now look at me. It's quite a bit different. So you can already see, but yeah, I see my body's there. And I was trying to force myself today not to lunge, and then I do shift over to the right. But with that angle of my foot, I think naturally you're able. I had to shift over to the right. So this is better than before. Before I would have shifted maybe like over here and like really. But so it's an improvement, but still some work to do. So my interpretation is even though I'm really not consciously trying not to lunge with my left leg, the fact is that like I'm slanted this way. If I were to turn, naturally like physics, like I have to like drop this way a bit. So my body does shift. If I were to bring that like my toe up and then like as my toe is, I kind of like drop to the ground with my left foot. So 90% of my weight is there and it's straight. As I were deterred, my body doesn't naturally shift over, and I can be more like Messi. So just for comparison's sake, I want to look at another dribble of Messi's. So you all probably know of his famous dribble against Boateng. I'll just play it. Okay, let's just reverse it. Again, same principle, so he receives the ball there, I think, and then let's see what the moment he touches. So in this case, he dribbles with the outside of the foot, but you see, his left, his toe is like maybe a few inches off the ground. It's more or less 90 degrees, so it kind of looks like he's like hopping up and then hopping down with his left foot. So as he like makes that dribble forward, he can still keep his like weight on his like left leg and have it really down and use that as a pivot rather than potentially when he feints have his whole body shift, because also when he after he shifts, his leg is in a perfect position. It's not too far from the ball. He can quickly move over. So see there again, like perfect 90 degrees, and then of course like after he makes that feint, his foot's like fairly close to the ball. It's not far away, and you can make that quick turn.